Okay, it is time to record today's daily. Now, this is actually the second time that I'm recording today's daily. Because life is fun, life is great. So, now, since it's the second time I'm stinking repeating myself, hopefully I can get it across and out a lot easier than, the first time. But basically, today I've not had the best day. So it all actually started yesterday when one of my managers, who happened to be my scheduling managers, looked at me and said, Hey, did you see what I did? Now, I think anyone just knows that the second you hear someone say, Did you see what I did? You know it's going to go downhill from there. So I prepared myself for the worst. And I got something that wasn't that bad, but something I didn't want to hear either. Which is the fact that you aren't closing Saturday, is what I thought I heard. That you aren't closing Saturday here. You're actually working an 11 to 7 shift. And I'm just like, oh, okay. That's not exactly what I want to be working, but okay, thanks. But, I kept going on with my day. I'm just like, okay, my Saturday will be a bit different than usual. That's all fine and dandy, whoop-de-doodle-do. And, then, last night, after I actually closed because I did close last night as well, whatever the heck it's called, I left the store, and I decided to stay up later than usual. Now, usually on weekends, if you recall from like the scheduling, or my schedule video, I go to bed pretty late, honestly, at like 3:30 in the morning. The reason I do this is because of my insomnia, and it's like being really tired and going to bed later actually helps. It just makes me fall asleep faster. And because of that, plus it gives me more time to edit and do other things. Like watch videos and not TV, but just other things like that. It just gives me more time. So I continue to do that until about 4 something in the morning. To the point where my sister, who actually works at the same store as me, wakes up because she's opening the store, which opens at 4:30, and we actually talk for a moment, and then, she goes to open. I go back to bed. Or not back to bed. I go to bed in general for obvious reasons, just because I want to sleep. And everything's fine. I fall asleep until 8 in the morning hits. What the heck? So, 8 in the morning hits. And then my father calls me. And he goes, you work at 11 in the morning, right? I'm just like, huh? What? Apparently, like, my sister and one of the managers at the store, okay, what are these people? Whatever the heck it's all. Okay, let's get, yeah. Let's stop caring about this. And then of course, I'm upset, but I'm just like, okay, whatever. I'll deal with it. I'll be tired, so on and so forth. And I go over to whatever the heck it's called. I go to over to my phone, and I change my alarm to 11:30 to 10:30. Or not 10:30 to 9:30. So I'm just sitting in bed, trying to fall back asleep. Now, usually, okay, not usually, like sometimes when I go to bed, I can actually fall asleep and, you know, be fine. But sometimes here and there, I am not quite capable. And today was one of those days. I laid in my bed till like 9, 10 in the morning, just trying my damnedest to fall back asleep. And it just wasn't it just, what? Really? It just wasn't about to happen. I was very upset, obviously. And I got out of my bed anyway, though, and I ate my breakfast, so on and so forth. And then I continued to, like, go to work. I wasn't late or anything like that, so I was still pretty happy that, you know, even though, oh god. Even though that, yeah, I messed up. Or, not that I sort of messed up. About working today. And how I originally thought that I didn't and all. But yeah, so I was upset and everything, but I decided that I'm still going to go to the work. I'm still just going to make the most out of the situation. And that's exactly what I did. So then I do like the logical decision. I get up, I eat breakfast, I go to work, so on and so forth. So originally I was thinking, you know, that this is really just, I'll be tired and everything, and, you know, everything's going to be fine. But forgetting the fact that I'm not used to this time schedule. Like, usually this time, I am sleeping. Now, I don't know if you people know or not, but if you just kind of throw yourself into something you aren't used to, you will suffer. You will not realize what is going on, what is happening, why this is happening. Well, I did realize these things, honestly. And, like, for the most part, like, I was hungry even though I just had breakfast. Why? Just because of, whatever the heck it's called. Just because I usually am, like, asleep in this time. I'm usually not doing this. I don't really know how to, like, get the severity off. That this was just out of my comfort zone. It's not something that you want to ever be in. I've been doing this, like, this schedule for so long, as I even just said in my scheduling video, that I've, like, 110% adapted to it. But this day was definitely a different story. I could not function at my usual capacity. For the first little while at work, I was basically useless. Because I just couldn't do anything. I kept messing things up. It was not a fun time. And basically that was like the whole point of just things weren't going my way. I was just being one of the workers that I hate. But, you know, c'est la vie. Whatever. It's gonna happen. There's a reason, you know. Bad things happen to good people. So ow, Jesus. And nope. So, yeah, I was in, like, full-on culture shock, couldn't really function. But then, you know, this day starts to move on. And then I realize that I'm in a different type of shock, such as I usually work like 6 to 7 hours in a completely different time period with complete, like, just everything being completely different. And now I'm working it, and it's late at night, or it's early in the morning. I'm already tired. I'm even extra tired than what I usually am, because like usually, you know, night shifts you are going to be very tired and so on and so forth. But like I'm extra tired. I'm not having, everything was not Daijobu, okay? Everything was definitely not Daijobu. And then, like, my feet started hurting. I've just, because I was saying earlier, I'm not really used to that schedule. I'm not used to being there at that time. I wasn't used to working so long, even though, like, I understand it's really not that long, honestly, like 8 hours. But if you go from consistent 6 to 7 hour shifts and then have an 8-hour shift, you are just gonna, like, you're gonna feel it. You're gonna realize, oh, this is not my usual shift. I'm not going to be able to do my usual things. And this was in stinking full force. I couldn't do anything that, like, in like a normal sense I'd be able to do. I was just, as we're saying, like, the big thing to me was the fact that my feet were on flippin' fire. Like, too much pain. Now, honestly, in like normal senses, I could probably withstand it and just be like, this is nothing. But as I was saying, like, because of the difference and everything, it was something to me. That's unfortunate. It was something. I was feeling the burn. And yeah, but that was more towards like the end of the shift. I had a whole lot of, in general, there really didn't much happen while I was actually working. But just know that, like, I was supposed to work, you know, 11 to 7. And then, of course, I actually work 11 to, like, 7:30. And by the time I leave, it was 7:40 because I was talking with friends and stuff. But, oh, she purchased a Dark Seal. But, it hits 7 o'clock. And I'm supposed to be leaving. No. I'm still working. I'm still crying in pain and agony now. I was still just kind of like, just being whatever. It hurts, but I can deal with it. It's nothing all that bad. And then, like, I kept going. So then once my shift was over, I finally leave. And then to end off the day, I waste a whole bunch of time just kind of relaxing while taking a shower. So I can understand, like, some people being like, that's not a waste of time. You know, you're doing whatever the heck it's called. Taking a shower is normal. Or taking a shower, wanting to relax in the shower like that, it's a completely normal thing to do. And I'm just like, yes, but at the same time, to me, I'm the type of person, like, I see that, yeah, I'm taking a shower, and that, yes, I'm relaxing, but at the same time, I could be doing so much more right now. I could be working on a video. I could be recording this daily. And like so on and so forth. But no, instead I am sitting in the shower just kind of bullshitting, not really doing anything. And so yeah, I'm kind of like upset with myself now after the fact that I did this or that I did that, but you know, like I can't turn back the hands of time. I just kind of have to accept it as it is and just be like, this is what happened. And that's just like the way it is. So, what? Oh God. What was I even going to be saying? Yeah, I understand. So, okay, now, as I said earlier in the beginning of this video, this is the second sortie, or not sortie, this is the second daily I've made today. Now, the reason this is because, which, you know, of course, wasted more time, which angered me even more, is that I keep getting off my train of thought, is that I originally started playing the sortie. Now, today's sortie was just, it was an easy one. It was a rescue, a spy, and a mobile defense. But, you know, teammates have to make things more difficult than they need to be. And the fight, oh God, what the, oh, Master Yi was there. And decided that they're going to constantly lose all the data in the stinking mission. Over and over again. So, needless to say, I literally lost it like 4 or 5 times in a row. And I said, okay, I'm done with this. I am so done with this right now. And I'm just like, I immediately stopped the recording and said, okay, I'll travel over to League. Like, this is going to be a set 20 minutes. It's not going to take any stinking longer than that. So that's exactly like that was the goal behind it. And like now I'm doing this. Now, as I was saying earlier, I'm upset because like it wasting my time again. Oh God, I forgot about the tower. Like it's just a giant waste of time to me of being here doing this type deal. What increased my attack speed? And does this increase the attack speed? And yeah. And that just makes me feel good inside. Did I shoot the stinking tower? And yeah, I do whatever the heck it's called. I canceled on that recording, and I just thought it would be of like my best effort just to kind of move on. And then now we're at what my current annoyed state of of just like I wasted a ton of time today. I've had a really bad day. And like so on and so forth of I am not having a good day. I stinking died twice in bots. Intermediate bots, I guess. If you want to say anything like, I was like, oh, but there was good reason you died to bots type deal. It's like, really? It's like, I don't really think intermediates is a good reason. And I just, it's been a very bad day. You know, I had high hopes for this day. I was like only expecting good, cheerful, prosperous things. Not really. But, you know, I wasn't really expecting today to be as terrible as it has been. Just having each of these things just like layer on top of each other, lack of sleep, lack of, you know, video / stream, me having to record this twice, wasting time twice in one day, working the 8 hours and just feeling like shit from it, and just think she didn't even get hit by the laser. Hey, lady. My kills. And, so, yeah. Like, it's just been a bad day for me. So, you know, like, if you've had bad days, please, like, just tell me what they consist of type deal. What happened to you in these days that made them bad, so on and so forth. Anything like that you have to say about a bad day. I'll be sure to like comment and so on and so forth about it. Put in my own little thoughts in there. If you think that, you know, my day wasn't really that bad of a day, you know, you can also throw it in there. I can see people be like, yeah, if you think that's a bad day, you should listen to my bad day type deal. Go ahead. Say something in there. And, you know, so on and so forth. So, thank you all very much for watching. I'm sorry this is so late into the night, but, you know. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope to see you all next time, and I'm going to bid you all adieu. Goodbye.